We have Wing Commander Praful Bakshi also joining the broadcast. Wing Commander Praful Bakshi, very, very sad news coming to light from Ahmedabad. The flames have finally been doused of the aircraft. Of course, there is some effort to search for survivors, to get them urgent medical attention. However, as each passing hour goes, that glimmer of hope is becoming very, very narrow for families, and that is really tragic news, because there were 242 people on board this flight. But Wing Commander Bakshi, coming to the videos which have come to light, what's your initial assessment of what could have gone wrong? Why, after attaining that height of about 600 feet, did this aircraft suddenly start spiraling downwards? Why, despite the best efforts of the pilot, could that pull up not be sustained by them? The nose of the aircraft is of course in the air till the last minute, but no power, no lift at all.
I'm very sorry to hear this sad accident. What I'll tell you this: after the worst emergency in jet pilots faces, or all pilots faces, engine failure immediately after takeoff. Now, at what stage the engine failed after he had lifted off the ground? You see, he must have reacted to it, so he must have gained the momentum, must have taken him to 100 odd feet more. But when he saw the RPM coming down, only thing which he can do is to put the aircraft straight head down. This is what is the basic emergency SOP for engine failure after takeoff. Yes, until you have 3,000-4,000 feet height, you can turn back and land and all. A lot of people have tried it, but there are a lot of chances of stalling there. But here the question is, he had barely gained 600 feet. Now he's a huge airliner, engine failed. Now, why the engine failed is a conjecture. Until and unless you see the cockpit voice, see the FDR and the cockpit voice recorder, and the call which the pilot made to the ATC. He called Mayday, all right, but did he say something else more than that? Will tell us what happened. See, if the engine has failed, it means main thing is either the fuel has stopped going or there was fuel contamination. This is basic thing. And otherwise, the engineers will have other reasons also. But this is the main thing, that suddenly, or there has been a huge bird like eagle or a vulture sucked in. Now, imagine if now we have to ascertain, did one engine fail or both engine fail? If there is a single engine, then the aircraft could have just maintained the height. It is far enough to maintain the height. Because it was losing the height, it means his thrust was going from both the engines. He had no other choice but to land straight ahead. And that's what he tried to do. Now, he could, and pilots know very well that when you are coming down without an engine, you cannot gain height. You cannot, if you try to raise the nose, you will stall there only, because your speed will wash off. You have to actually turn the height into speed, so at least you can come to a landing speed when you're touching the ground. That's what he must have tried, that he must have tried to maintain the speed so he can touch down safely. But unfortunately, there could have been a fencing wall, the buildings, whatever they were on the way, which pilot hit the building, and that is what has made the problem. And the fuel was full, London flight it was, so it automatically caught flame. Now, I'll tell you one thing. There is always in an investigation, when the investigation will be carried out, FDR will be read, the CVC, cockpit voice recorder will be read, but sabotage cannot be ruled out as a column, which has to be gone through. Then they will have to check up all the forms, who did the inspection, what parts was changed, which part was due for change and was not changed or got an extension. A lot of airlines are doing this, taking shortcuts. I don't want to lift a finger at Air India or anybody, but this has been a trend, which I have taking shortcuts. So this
we also have